Good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to welcome everybody to this year's report to the Posey County business community. This year, in response to COVID-19 and for the safety of everyone involved, we decided to do this remotely instead of in person. So thank you, and bear with us as we deal with technology, the exciting new way of meeting. For those of you who have not had the privilege of meeting, I'm Drew Heckert, a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and I'm also the committee chair for the Southwest Indiana Chamber of Commerce in Posey County. So, as the needs of our members and our community evolved, the Southwest Indiana Chamber is by your side. We are engaging strategically and proactively to ensure that our community is positioned to thrive as a globally competitive place to work and grow a business. Without our members' support, this event would not be possible. And we're very grateful for those who have decided to sponsor us. I would like to give a special recognition and a huge thank you to the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor is Warehouse Services. Gold sponsor, Old National Bank. Our silver sponsors, AstraZeneca Pharmaceuticals, Country Mark, Edward Jones, and United Fidelity Bank. Our virtual sponsors, Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union, Nix Companies, Pearsons Incorporated, and TMI Companies. And our technology sponsor, Concept Sound and Light. Please give them a virtual round of applause. Again, thank you for all your sponsorship. The Southwest Indiana Chamber is an association of businesses and individuals who come together for the benefit of our region. That's all of you. You inform our priorities, our public policy agenda, our member benefits, and every aspect of our work and services. You are represented by a terrific Posey County Office Committee and also a board of directors. I have had the privilege of chairing the Posey County office for the past year, and we have a very committed and engaged leadership group that are quick to seek new and more effective ways to support our business environment and to position our region to prosper and grow. Thank you all for your leadership. When I stepped into this role, I envisioned the chamber growing and changing to better support our community. Even in unprecedented, challenging times, that vision remains strong. We have become committed to align and deliberate progress and growth for our community. Our future is bright. For those of us who are from this area or who have moved here and call it home now, we appreciate that our community and region has a magnitude of blessings and benefits. We are facing a new normal with COVID-19. Some of the impact will be felt for years to come. Others will return to some facet of normal that we once knew. As an example, we've seen that some portions of our economy are back to close to normal. Our restaurants and the retailers are still recovering and will be for the foreseeable future. Education at all levels is pivoting and adjusting on a daily basis. Virtual meetings and remote work are clearly going to be more of a new normal and the way we do business going forward. Without a doubt, we are recovering and adapting and are on a strong path to restoring strength to our community and our businesses. We will come out of this rethinking the ways we live and work. Today, we are excited to give away some great awards. But before we do so, we have some speakers with us here today. So Keith Raleigh, Director of Program Management, and Lenny Bettag, IT Site Lead, both from AstraZeneca Pharmaceuticals, will discuss current operations and plans for the future. Turn it over to you guys.
I'm just going to test this. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Keith Raleigh. As Drew said, I lead the project management team at Mount Vernon at AstraZeneca, and we're very excited to share a little bit about our company today. If I can find the right slide. Okay, so what do? We are a global science-led biopharmaceutical business, and our innovative medicines are used by millions of patients worldwide. So what I would ask as you listen to our slides this morning is to really focus on that word patients, because that is really at the heart of our business, and it really is what our site gravitates towards. So this is a quote that we really like from our CEO, Pascal Soriot. Inspired by our values and what science can do, we are focused on accelerating the delivery of life-changing medicines that create enduring value for patients and society. And a couple things on this slide. The first is that word patient. It is such a powerful word. We've done lots of surveys. We've done lots of crowdsourcing activities at the site. And what is the common theme is people like working at AstraZeneca because of the focus on the patients. And many of our employees take our medicine. Others have family members that take medicine. And we really believe strongly about what we do is making a difference in life, and people really get that and feel that. The other thing which is interesting about our CEO, Pascal, is if you remember about 5 years ago, there was a lot of rumors, a lot of activities around Pfizer taking over AstraZeneca. And Pascal was very adamantly opposed to it. And what he really stressed to the board was that AstraZeneca will never be able to reach its potential if we're not an independent company. So he really made a passionate speech to the board. The acquisition by Pfizer never occurred, and we've really seen a lot of his return to growth strategies pay off as a result of that. So it's just the camaraderie and the passion that he built through that still has wavelengths that go on through all the sites that we are involved with. So we'll start out at a high level, and we'll work our way down to what we do at our site. So this is just a snapshot of last year, and the first two items there were a couple of Pascal's bold ambitions that he set out for our company. And by 2020, he had wanted AstraZeneca to be a recognized leader in our disease areas, delivering 10 new medicines to our patients, which that did occur. The other one that we are working actively on is how can we improve the lives of 200 million patients? And that's going to require significant changes in the way we do things, transformational type changes. And we're looking at, it's really about patient access, and to get more patients, we've got to reduce our costs. And some of the technologies that Lenny and his team is working on with digital technology is one way we're doing that. We're also looking into increasing our batch sizes, finding smarter ways to do things, reducing our changeover. So there's multiple facets going on to reduce our costs. And again, it's about that patient access. The other really cool stat is that 45.4% of our senior roles are filled by women. That we take a lot of pride in our I&D activities. Cindy, who's here with us, leads a community team called Vitalize, and you can see from the number of companies we work with that Lenny's going to share in a little bit how broad-reaching we are. So it really is a great place to work, and we've really focused on how we can make a difference in the community. This is a global snapshot of all of our manufacturing operations. So Mount Vernon, in tiny Mount Vernon, we are the largest site in the Americas and fourth overall, only behind Sweden, the UK, and China, and they're just barely larger than us. So we've spent the last 5 years really finding our way in the network, educating a lot of AstraZeneca decision makers on what we do and what our capabilities are. They purchased the site for our diabetes technology, but we were already making diabetes, oncology, HIV, neurological. We already service a lot of other disease areas, which now AstraZeneca knows we can do a lot more than just diabetes products. In the meantime, we're still manufacturing products for Bristol Myers, which the site used to be. So a lot of really broad activities. We really enjoy working with colleagues across the world to share our best practices and to also learn from them. Okay, so now I'll go into a little bit of the site, and then I'll turn it over to Lenny. So I think a lot of folks in the area, I'm a native of Evansville. I'm a West Sider, so I always thought of Mead Johnson as, it was Mead Johnson. It didn't matter if it was Bristol Myers, AstraZeneca, it was all Mead Johnson. So this is just a real quick snapshot. Some of you may know more about the history than I do, in fact, but Mead Johnson was actually one of the founders of J&J. He opened kind of a spinoff business of his own after J&J was founded, and that was Mead Johnson. They moved to this area from New Jersey, I believe, originally because of the easy access of the ingredients for infant formula and also access to the Ohio River. That was back in 1915. Bristol Myers acquired Mead Johnson in 1967, and that's when pharmaceutical manufacturing came to the area. The Mount Vernon site where we currently are located was in 1972. They purchased land out there and started building R&D, packaging, sterile drugs, and warehousing operations. So that was how we got into Posey County. 1998, although I don't have it circled, was when both Lenny and I started at AstraZeneca. So our pictures didn't make the corporate list, but that should be on there, Lenny. But Bristol Myers divested Mead Johnson in 2009, and basically all the operations had a couple years to leave Evansville and move to Mount Vernon, which is where we sit now. So had a great site, a great reputation with Bristol Myers, and then because of our diabetes technology and the equipment that we have was very. AstraZeneca was very excited about that. There was a partnership with AstraZeneca and Bristol Myers to promote our diabetes drugs. AstraZeneca thought the future for diabetes was significantly better than what Bristol had invested in, so they made a pitch to purchase the site, and that's basically how we became an AstraZeneca site. So I'll finish my part with just some fast facts here. So our general manager and new vice president, Femi Dieti, he just joined us. He's just a very dynamic leader. He's lived, I think, in 6 or 7 different countries, most recently Germany, and he's a UK native. He's joined us this year, taking over from Tanya Harris, who still is within the company, who's in a global supply chain role now. So we concentrate on tablets and capsules. We also do some pediatric powders, over 500 different packaging variations. We employ, I think the number is closer to 750 when you look at the number of contractors and suppliers at the site. And we spend a lot of time actually on that middle point. The vision statement for Mount Vernon is we want to be the flagship AstraZeneca site, delivering our innovative and life-changing oral solid dose medicines. And there was, again, it took us some time to get here because originally AstraZeneca's impression of us was you're a diabetes site. So it's taken us some time. We've laid the groundwork, and now we've proven it as we're in the process of tech transferring our company's #1 oncology product called Tagresso to our site. So we're really excited about that. Again, we have 60 markets worldwide that come from Mount Vernon. So I think last year, 50% of our business went to United States customers and 50% went to international customers. So it truly is a global company, and again, right there in Mount Vernon, not many people think about it when they're driving by, but we're working across the globe with customers. And last year, we did almost 3 billion tablets and capsules and 28 million packs, bottles, and blisters. So from a manufacturing perspective, it's one of the cleanest areas you could imagine for a factory job. We go through audits. As you know, we're a very regulated industry, so we're constantly having to be inspection ready. So it's temperature controlled, very clean, and just a great place to work. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lenny, our IT director.
Get to shed this, right? Oh. All right. Thank you, Keith, and thank you all for having us here today. Yes, Keith mentioned today, AstraZeneca recognizes that our greatest asset is our people, and we're committed to building a talented and diverse group that knows the possibilities of what you can do when you bring a group like that together and they believe in the science of what we do and the company's vision and what we stand for and our core values. So one of the things that AstraZeneca does as a corporation annually is we send out a pulse survey to all of our employees. And the sole purpose of this survey is to gauge ourselves as a leaders. How are we doing as a leadership team, not only just at Mount Vernon, but globally? How are we doing? Do our employees feel like they get up every morning and that they're coming to a great place to work and they enjoy what they do? So if you look at this slide right here, this is focused solely on a great place to work. And we break it down into questions like, do the employees believe they come to a great place to work? Do they understand the core vision? And do they understand the core strategy? Do they come to work with the intent and the belief of I'm inspired to come here every day and do the best job I can? Do they come? This is very important to us too. Do they come and believe that working for AstraZeneca, I have the potential to develop and realize my own personal talents to the fullest at this company? And are we truly patient-oriented? And if you look at these values, we're very proud of these. I think that this is probably the best response that we've had. We work very diligently to improve. Every year we get the pulse results. We look at the scores, and then we develop an action plan on, okay, what's the next step? How do we improve, and how do we get to the next level? So very happy with these scores. As you can see, 94% of our workforce believes they come to and that we are a great place to work. Another, 88% say they're inspired to do their best work. We're over 90% that our employees understand the vision and the strategy and the goals of the company. And 90% believe that we are truly a patient-oriented organization, which is extremely important to us. So again, now what we'll do, even though these scores look good, but we're not happy with these scores, we're going to meet again, and we're going to develop our next action plan to raise those from where they are at the current levels. Another thing that we like to do is when you talk about a great place to work, it's important that people feel like sorry, I didn't click. Oh, there it went. Okay. It's important that, people feel like they come to a great place to work, because that's important and very important when we try to recruit and retain top talent. Some of the challenges that we've had in the past is getting people to come to this area that aren't originally from the area, right? When you're rooted in the area, then it's just natural and this is a great place. But there's some challenges on bringing other people to the area and having them stay. So what we do is we have got a very good program. We partner with the local universities. We have the AstraZeneca USI Science and Technology program. And through that program for the last 4 years, we've brought in 4 students each year. We've had a global graduate, which is on a 5-year rotation, and 3 of those have become permanent Mount Vernon employees. So we're very proud of that. Another thing that we put a lot of time and effort into is we feel like we have a best-in-class internship program. Since we've become, for the last 6 years, we've brought in 63 students. 3 of those were global graduates, and again, 3 of those received full-time employment with Mount Vernon. So we partner with schools such as University of Evansville, Southern Indiana, Indiana State, Rose-Hulman, IU, and even the Alliance universities like Murray State in Kentucky. Okay, and so we have a diverse pool of universities that we're able to pull these from, because again, it goes back to that building a talented but diverse pool of candidates to make a successful team. So so one of the things we do also is we take pride in supporting our community. We have a program called Vitalize within AstraZeneca, and we were also named the 2018 Chamber of Commerce Posey County Business of the Year, okay, and we're very proud of those things. The mission for AstraZeneca is to positively impact the health, body, mind, and spirit of not just our colleagues and families, but of the community around us, right? Because it's important that we do that, because we want to sustain this site for the future, and everything that I'm going to be going with you are building blocks to do that. Keith mentioned it earlier that we partner with several organizations, and I don't even think they're all listed here because we didn't have enough room on the slide, but it's organizations like the Red Cross, Family Matters, Youth First, Ronald McDonald House, the Tri-State Food Bank, church drives, anything and everything we can. And in the last 5 years, since 2015, through the Vitalize program and other programs that we have, our employees have logged over 11,500 community service hours, alone. So we're very, very proud of that. Excuse me. Next thing I want to talk to you about is how we're going to supply the future and how we're going to sustain this site. And if you look back at our graph here that shows, excuse me, we go all the way back to 2009 to 2020. You see all those products, and that is a lot of different products. Blockbuster hits like Anglaza, Forziga, Zig Duo, Q-Turn. Those are all very important products in the AstraZeneca portfolio. And when you look at those, the big thing to look at there is we have 142 first stock to market launches at Mount Vernon. Now, from 2020 to 2025, the vision is to bring on another 24, including a drug called Tagrisso, which is a cancer drug. We've already done a successful cancer tech transfer from Mount Vernon to our Sweden facility. And as Keith mentioned earlier, we talk about this new ways of working and how the world's been affected. We were able to successfully do that using virtual reality and a Microsoft HoloLens. So that's some of that digital transformation and digital innovation and technology that we're using to make sure, especially through this time of COVID, that we are able to continue to sustain this and recognize our vision of being, our 2025 vision is to be recognized as the premier launch and growth site for AstraZeneca global. We want to have that title, and we're doing everything we can, and we're doing very well. We've had a lot of good success, but as we move forward ongoing, we'll be looking at all the digital transformation technologies and things that'll push us into the Industry 4.0 standard to achieve this. Another thing that's extremely important to us is sustainability, right? We have to have sustainability for the future. And at Mount Vernon site, we have just recently put together a very successful team that has got a very solid plan for sustainability. If you look, and I think I have a laser, if you look, I don't know if you'll see it. Well, I don't think you can, but on the upper right-hand corner on the orange circle there, that is a gas-powered turbine, which is going to produce 3.5 megawatts of electricity, 20,000 pounds of steam, and it's going to do so while saving us $500,000 annually in electricity. It's going to save us 20% overall in energy, and it's going to start out with, the fuel is going to start out as natural gas with the ultimate end goal to be synthetic gas. Okay. If you look down here, we're also putting in a new potable water line. The potable water line will reduce biogrowth and increase sustainability and reliability for our factory in the future. And another very, very cool thing that AstraZeneca is diving into and doing right now is if you look at the circle right there, that is a 1 megawatt solar energy field. The good thing about Mount Vernon site in our community is that we are a site of about 300 acres, so we have room to growth. So when you look at that from a global strategy perspective, we are a viable candidate for anything. We have plenty of room to do this. So when you look at that 1 megawatt solar field there, it's going to be sitting out there, at the site, and it's going to be a big thing for our sustainability in the future. As of right now, we're leading North America in carbon neutrality, energy modeling, and sustainability. And we're going to use over 90 acres for our future expansion and growth. Now, if you look up at the yellow kind of mark there, that is a wildlife habitat, right? So that wildlife habitat is going to serve two purposes. Obviously, there's going to be trees and other agricultural growth around it that contributes to carbon neutrality, but it's also going to have a walking path for the employees when they go to lunch or they go to break and they need to unwind or decompress. It'll have a walking path as well. So those are just some things. Now, those are some very high points of what we're doing now to achieve our ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal for Mount Vernon is to achieve carbon neutrality by the end of 2025. And I think we have a very solid plan and a great team put together to realize that goal. So that is all for me. Appreciate that. But one thing I will close on is when you look at the slides of, great place to work, bringing in top talent, retaining that talent, sustainability, and product supply, we're doing that for one big reason, right? It's for the community. Obviously, the main goal is we are patient-oriented. We're supplying over 200 million patients, like Keith said, and we take a lot of pride in that. But for Mount Vernon site as a whole, we do this because we want, to build a very solid site to where not only we can work here, but our children and our grandchildren and generations to come. This is not just Mount Vernon specifically, but AstraZeneca Global has 5 generations of people working for it right now. And if you think about that, that is just amazing. I mean, 5 generations are currently working at AstraZeneca, and we want to build this site in Mount Vernon as a sustainable site so we can continue that for the generations to come. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks, Keith and Lenny, for telling us all the great things about AstraZeneca. I'm really excited to continue to see you guys grow, and really, I would want to say I really appreciate what, we have all noticed your great support of the community, and really appreciate all that you guys do there. As some of you know, I have 6 children, so hopefully those generations of people working there continue, right? We need those jobs, and we need it to keep growing, so appreciate it. Now we're going to move on to the fun part. So we're going to have the presentation of our awards, and we're going to start out with the Teacher or Administrator of the Year award. And our first award will be given by Dr. Matt Thompson. He is the Superintendent for the Mount Vernon School Corporation. So Matt, turn it over to you.
I'll tell you, Posey County is blessed to have 2 outstanding school corporations within the county filled with just great teachers. So I know our selection committee every year has a really tough time, I'm sure, trying to get down to who the best teacher administrator is for the year within Posey County. But I'm honored to say that Mount Vernon High School's English teacher, Vicki Rieger, was selected this year as Posey County's Educator of the Year. She's a wonderful teacher, a great role model for our students. I've got to see her firsthand in her classroom, and I'll tell you what, she is a master teacher. Could not go to a better person, Vicki.
Well, thank you so much. I'm honored and I'm extremely humbled. Honestly, the only way that I could take a little bit of credit for this award is by giving credit to all my many mentors, past and current. Everyone who inspired me to love learning, starting with my dad, who too was an educator and administrator, and extending through the years. Even now, as I learn every day from the probing questions and the youthful perspective of my students. I truly am blessed, having been surrounded by caring administrators, amazing teachers, a supportive Mount Vernon community, and most of all, awesome students. I'm grateful to the MSD of Mount Vernon and Dr. Thompson for always keeping the focus of education on doing what's best for our students. Thanks to you, the Southwest Indiana Chamber, for reminding me how fulfilling it is to be an educator. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt and Vicki. We truly appreciate you guys and appreciate what you're doing for our youth as they're growing up in a challenging environment, and they need as much help and support as they can get. So thank you. Our next category is young professional. And young talent, the decision makers, the risk takers, and the community leaders who will secure our future are not just emerging, they've emerged. They are your fellow business executives. We've entrusted some of our most valuable community assets to their leadership. We trust them. We invest in them, and rightly, we do listen to their counsel. This year's young professional does just this. He was born and raised in Posey County and continues to live here and give back to the community. He volunteers his time and talents with many community organizations, such as North Posey Youth Club, St. Francis Parish Council, North Posey Youth Tackle Football Program, to name a few. He gives his all to help Nick's companies grow and provide a great place to work for many people living in Posey County. This year's Young Professional of the Year is Jared Beal.
This won't take too much of anybody's time here, but first just want to say thank you to the Chamber for this award. Very humbling and very appreciative of this. It's definitely an honor. I want to also say thank you to my wife, Heather, and my family for your unconditional support and encouragement, inspiration to allow me to do what I do. Obviously want to say thank you to Nick's companies for the opportunity to come on board 3 years ago, to come to a great place to work in a great community, at a company that's really striving to do great things, and we're going to do great things. Also want to say thank you for providing opportunities that challenge me to become a better professional. Lastly, just want to say, and Drew hit on this, I was born and raised in Posey County. Posey County is where I raised my family, where my kids go to school, where I work. I couldn't be happier to be doing it in that place. Thank you to everyone in Posey County that has and will continue to make Posey County a great place to call home. So thank you.
We appreciate all the virtual applause. It's awfully silent in here, so we're sure all of you out there are clapping along with us. So thanks, Jared, and congratulations. Business success is about risk-taking, informed risk-taking. These leaders are personally engaged in helping people move up, skill up, and build personal capabilities throughout their career. The one who exemplifies this convergence of grit and grace, one who leads right next to the team, and one who's an advocate and leader within the business community. This business leader has served 26 years of service with United Fidelity Bank, has served as assistant controller, CFO, and SVP business development prior to his most recent appointment at Executive Vice President of Retailing Banking. His is an active member of the USI Alumni Association and a board member of the USI Varsity Club, a board member of the Metropolitan School District of Mount Vernon, treasurer of the Posey County Historical Society, member of the Mount Vernon Redevelopment Commission, and the Kiwanis Club. In his spare time, he enjoys camping, hunting, fishing, and spending time with his family. So he couldn't be with us here today, but this year's Business Person of the Year is Mark Isaac. Yeah, and we've got a video here.
Good morning from Fort Walton, Florida. I'm Mark Isaac, Executive Vice President, United Fidelity Bank. I have been with United Fidelity Bank for over 26 years, with my office located in Posey County at our Mount Vernon location. I am fortunate enough to be able to travel around to our different branches throughout the U.S., with our most recent acquisition in the Fort Walton-Destin area. With the good comes the bad, as later today, I'm going to get to experience my first tropical storm / hurricane. Obviously back in Posey County, we don't have to worry about a hurricane coming up the Wabash and Ohio rivers. But seriously, I'm really honored by this recognition, and I know there's a lot of hardworking individuals in Posey County that deserve this award as much as I do, and I can't thank you enough for selecting me as a recipient this year. Hopefully we all get together soon in person. In the meantime, everybody stay safe.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it and hope you're safe. On his behalf, Angie Peters from United Fidelity Bank is going to accept the award. All right. Our final award this evening is Business of the Year. Many communities are blessed with great businesses that are at the forefront of the community's success. Far fewer have the extraordinary fortune to have businesses that demonstrate leadership at its best, not only in generosity, but more importantly in discipline, in steady guidance, and compassionate stewardship over decades to position us to be our best. Their team not only runs a great and growing business, but they succeed because they are invested. They're invested in our collective opportunity to prosper together. Since 1970, they proudly continue a tradition of quality products, prompt delivery, and outstanding customer service to music educators, guard instructors, and cheer coaches around the globe. They have been in Posey County from its formation. They are deeply rooted in our community and take pride in Posey County. With over 80 employees and now plans to continue to grow their impact economically and philanthropically, will only continue to grow with them. They are true stewards to their employees and their community. They are not only known in their community, but nationally known as well. They have designed marching gear featured in the movie Drumline and the new BET series, The Quad. Most recently, their innovative and exclusive product called the Airblade was used by backup dancers in Lady Gaga's halftime Super Bowl performance. This year's Business of the Year is Pearson's Incorporated. And here to accept the award for them is Jay and Jamie Pearson.
Singing dollars with you people and my kids. Nice to see you this morning.
My brother and I would like to say thank you very much for the Chamber for recognizing our business, and we would like to thank the hard work of all of our employees and to say that Posey County has been a great place to grow our business. This is our 50th year in business, and it's a year which has created headwinds for many businesses. But we had an opportunity to serve our community, and our employees generated many ideas and stepped up and helped lead us into all these different things that we've done this year. But Posey County has been a great place to grow a business. The talent pool is deep. People care. They have a passion about getting up and doing a great job. The Chamber has been very supportive of business over the years, and we're just really thankful for all the opportunities and being from Posey County. We're really proud to be from Posey County. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all that you do in our community. It really touched home for me. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I love to see businesses that thrive. I mean, 50 years and counting, most businesses struggle to make it 5, and I think people underestimate how much work and effort it takes to get past those first 5 years, let alone 50. So again, congratulations to Pearson's Incorporated, and appreciate you guys being here. So that's it for our awards. Congratulations to all, and thank you for being with us. But before we go, we have a special guest here with us, Tara Barney of the Chamber of Commerce, and we would love to hear from her before we finish out.
Thank you, sir. And thanks for just a minute. I love these events. I'm sorry it's virtual, but in many ways, maybe virtual is better because kudos to everyone that put together the deliveries. I think, we're learning how we can engage with our members and our constituents and our friends virtually, and it's phenomenal. And I'm chuckling because I love the Business of the Year choice because I personally think I've supported at least 1 year of your work because I've had 2 kids that have been in every part of the band, guard, flag, cheer, drumline, you name it, we've done it. And I'm going to figure out how to do a Christmas tree with all the stuff I have left over someday. But in all seriousness, it's an honor to be able to recognize what you do. I just came from a designation by the state of Indiana that identified Southwest Indiana as a 21st century talent region. And I made the point of specifically referencing our superintendent's work, our educators' work, the many institutions that are engaged in our most valuable asset, and that is our talent. And I think the awards that we're giving out today are a really good reminder of the fact that the reason Posey County has such a rich manufacturing and industrial base is because the people of Posey County and of the whole greater Evansville, Posey County, tri-state region are the culture of wanting to do well and plan ways that their family can choose to build careers here and have them be good and sticky careers. And so it's not just being able to stay here, it's being able to stay here and thrive. And so I want to congratulate all of the volunteers and the partners to the Southwest Indiana Chamber of Commerce, especially the Posey County Committee, who rocks in putting these things together, because I think it is a great demonstration of the way our region is thriving and is weathering the, I'll use the word headwinds, that's a great reference for the last 8 months we've gone through, because it's been a challenging time. That said, our region's unemployment rate, which was 2.7, I think when we went into this drama in February, is back down to 6%, really closer to 5%. So most of our folks are back to work. It's not perfect. We've got a lot of challenges ahead of us, but the fact that we are such a strong industrial region has positioned us better than most parts of the Midwest and certainly our state to continue to be a prosperous, great place to call home. So thank you for all you're doing, and congratulations. I'm thrilled to just have a minute to be part of this award ceremony today. And next year we'll be back meeting at, in New Harmony or somewhere at the fairgrounds or someplace where we can all be together. But it's great that we could be getting together today. So thanks to you all, and keep up the great work on behalf of our region.
Thanks, Tara. So again, we want to thank everybody. I want to give a special thanks to Karen Robinson. The people behind the scenes don't get enough thanks. And she didn't write that in the script, so I had to go off script a little bit. But she put this all together, and want to give her a big shout out, because these things cannot happen without that supporting staff. So thank you, Karen. And again, of course, also thank you to our sponsors. So we couldn't do it without you as well. And we hope that we'll have a great end to 2020 and then another great start to 2021. And like Tara said, see you guys hopefully soon in person. So thank you.